Hey guys, today I'm going to show you some solid evidence of advanced science and technology in a sacred site. Normally, I take you to an ancient Hindu temple, but today I'm not going to a Hindu temple. I'm going to a river in the state of Karnataka. A river. Yes, this one. As you can see, this river is flowing and you can see a lot of lingams in various sizes carved all over the rocks of the river. I will show you these fantastic lingams later, but in this video, I want to show you this carving. This is the carving that truly changes history. Look at this. What does it show? At first look, it looks like a UFO, a big circle in the center, surrounded by smaller circles. But only when you count the number of smaller circles, you start realizing what's going on. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Yes. These are the 9 planets revolving around the sun. Yes, big circle in the center is the sun, and around it they have carved these 9 planets, including our planet Earth. Remember, there used to be a 9th planet in our solar system before they removed it from the list in 2006? Today, kids read that there are only 8 planets revolving around the sun. But just 20 years ago, everyone learned that there were 9 planets around the sun. And what was the name of the 9th planet? Pluto, sometimes known as Planet X. And you may ask, why is this carving of the sun and 9 planets such a big deal? We always knew that the sun had 9 planets around it, right? No. Pluto was only discovered in 1930. Yes, it was discovered less than 100 years ago. And at that time, everyone marveled at how humans have discovered this planet X or Pluto using advanced technology in 1930. So, we have only known Pluto for 96 years, but this carving was done many centuries ago. Locals claim that these are thousands of years old, but even by conservative estimates of archaeologists, these carvings are more than 300 years old. The name of the site is Sahasralinga, and you can see that the Wikipedia page clearly states these carvings were created between 1678 and 1718. So, they're at least 3 centuries old. So, how did the quote-unquote primitive sculptors who lived 300 years ago know about Pluto, the farthest planet in the solar system? But maybe ancient builders had very good eyesight and could see Pluto with their naked eye, right? Wrong. Because Pluto is so far away, it's impossible to see Pluto with your naked eye. And even if you use binoculars, you cannot see Pluto. To give you some perspective, the sun itself is very far from us. It's about 93 million miles away from the Earth. This distance between the sun and the Earth is called 1 astronomical unit. The planet Pluto is 34 astronomical units away from Earth. So it is 34 times farther from us than our distance from the sun. So how did ancient builders know about Pluto? What kind of instruments did they use? What kind of technology did they have to study the sun and the 9 planets? In my channel, again and again, I'm showing you my findings. There are carvings of planets, stars and advanced astronomy in Indian sites. This is simply not supposed to exist. Recently, I showed you an arch hidden in an ancient temple's chamber that showed many lunar stations, groups of stars depicted with uncanny details. How did ancient builders observe them? What kind of instruments did they really have, especially to find a distant dwarf planet like Pluto that is roughly 34 times our distance from the sun? Now, forget astronomy for a second. Take a good look at this carving. You should have no doubt they had advanced technology. I mean, look at this. How did they carve these perfect circles? This is definitely not the work of chisel and hammer. They'd use some kind of rotating machines to make these perfect circles. Each one is not only a two-dimensional circle, they also have depth, meaning each one is a three-dimensional perfect hemisphere. Even today, to create something like this, we would have to use advanced machines. And notice how each circle has a ring, a thick circumference around it. Look carefully. Unfortunately, people have tried to destroy this extraordinary carving. In fact, if you see next to it, you see a much bigger circle, and it has been completely hacked off. We don't know what they were trying to show here. Did it have some type of advanced scientific information, and have we lost it because of this human destruction? And this carving has not only seen human destruction, it has also seen erosion by water. And you may be puzzled by my statement. You can see that the rock is quite high above the water level, right? So what do I mean by water erosion? No, if you see older pictures just from a few years ago, they're quite surprising. A decade ago, most of the carvings were underwater. And even now, when the monsoon kicks in and there is heavy rainfall, all these carvings go underwater. Wikipedia says you see these carvings above water because of global warming. It says thousands of Shivalingas appearing in Shalmala riverbed due to global warming effect. But even today, at least some months of the year, these carvings go underwater, and this carving has seen centuries of erosion because of this. If this is true, there is something even more crazy that we have to talk about. If global warming has caused the water level to go down in the last 10 years to reveal these carvings, what does it mean? It means centuries ago, all these carvings would have been completely underwater, submerged many feet below the water surface. But how can you carve anything underwater? Have you ever tried punching or kicking someone underwater? It is nearly impossible to hurt them because water has more density than air. It slows you down a lot. This is why movie characters always jump in water when someone is shooting at them, because the pellets slow down in water, causing less damage to the body. If you cannot even punch someone underwater, imagine carving on solid granite underwater many centuries ago. How did they accomplish that? But even if they somehow managed to do that, how did they carve perfect circles underwater? I have found more intriguing details in this sacred site of Sahasralinga There are many hidden carvings in this river, and I've posted some of them in the members only section. I have a members only community called Deep Dive, where we do deep analysis of sacred sites like this. And I already have more than a dozen videos inside this gated community. So please do join the Deep Dive community where you can learn more about the site and about other sites. I hope you like this video. I am PraveenMohan. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.